in the flooded heart of a monsoon wetland, where water and sky blur into a single trembling horizon. Survival begins before life itself. The surface appears calm, a mosaic of lotus leaves drifting silently under soft morning light. But beneath this fragile beauty lies a battlefield, where every ripple carries intent, and every shadow could mean death. This is the world of the pheasant-tailed jacana, a bird so light, it can walk on water. But here, lightness is not freedom. It is exposure, it is risk. It is the difference between being unseen and becoming prey. The rains have returned. After months of dry, cracked earth, the wetlands awaken in a surge of life. Water floods the plains, lotus plants rise from the depths, and with them opportunity. High above the shimmering surface, a female jacana glides into frame. She is larger than the male, her body sleek, her movements controlled, her elongated tail feathers trailing like silk behind her. This is a matriarch of the wetlands. In this species, power belongs to her. She does not nurture, she does not stay. She chooses, and she leaves. Below her, among the floating vegetation, a male waits, smaller, quieter. His plumage more subdued, his presence almost invisible against the shifting greens. But his role is everything. He is the builder, the guardian, the father, and soon, the only line between life and extinction. Their meeting is brief. No elaborate courtship, no prolonged bond, just instinct, timed perfectly with the rhythm of the rains. Because in this world, there is no room for delay. The male begins immediately. Each step across the lotus leaves is deliberate, his impossibly long toes distributing his weight with precision. He gathers fragments, thin stems, decaying plant fibers, floating debris. Piece by piece, he constructs a nest, not on land, not hidden in branches, but exposed, floating, a fragile platform in a world that never stops moving. The water shifts, the wind rises, the nest trembles, but still he builds, because this is the only place where eggs can survive above the drowning flood. And yet, it is also the easiest place to be found. Predators are already watching. Below the surface, a dark shape glides silently between the stems, a snakehead fish, muscular, patient, its eyes locked upward, tracking vibrations, waiting for something, anything, to fall. Above, a shadow crosses the water, a heron, tall, precise, its spear like beak poised for a single lethal strike. The wetlands are never empty, they are never safe, and still, the male continues, because instinct demands it, because hesitation means failure, because somewhere within him is a timeline he cannot escape. The female returns. She inspects the nest only briefly. A step, a pause, a glance, then she lays 4 eggs, small, glossy, marked with intricate dark patterns that mimic the chaotic textures of floating debris. Camouflage. Nature's first defense, and just as quickly as she arrived, she is gone. No farewell, no second look. Her role is complete. Now the burden shifts. Entirely, the male settles onto the eggs. His body lowers carefully, balancing with microscopic adjustments to avoid tipping the nest. The water beneath him moves constantly. Each ripple a threat to stability, each wave a test. Time slows, days stretch into silence. He does not leave, except for moments. Moments to feed, moments to drink, moments that could cost everything. Because the moment he steps away, the nest becomes vulnerable. The sun climbs higher, heat presses down. The eggs must remain within a narrow temperature range. Too cold they fail, too hot they die, so he adjusts constantly, shifting, rotating, shielding, a living incubator. In a world that refuses to stay still. And then, the storm arrives. The sky darkens without warning. Wind tears across the wetland, transforming the mirror-like surface into chaos. Waves crash against the lotus leaves. The nest lurches violently. Water splashes over the edges. The male tightens his grip, his toes spread wide. Anchor him against the surging force. His body lowers further, shielding the eggs beneath him. Lightning fractures the sky. Thunder rolls across the water. And still, he does not move, because if he lets go, even for a second, everything ends. The storm passes, but it leaves something behind. Silence. A different kind of silence. The water settles, but the balance has changed. The nest shifted, drifting, farther from its original position. And with that shift comes new danger, a ripple, subtle, almost invisible. The snakehead returns, closer now. Drawn by movement, by scent, by opportunity, the male freezes, every muscle locked, every instinct screaming. But movement could trigger the strike. The water bulges, a sudden surge, the fish lunges, but the nest holds. Barely. The eggs tremble. The male reacts instantly. Wings spread, body lifted just enough to maintain balance. A near miss, but not the last, because in this world, predators do not give up. Days pass, the cycle repeats. Heat, storm, silence, threat. And inside the eggs, something begins to change. Life, tiny movements. Faint vibrations, barely detectable. Growing stronger, the male senses it. He shifts more frequently now. Adjusting, listening, waiting, because the next stage is even more dangerous. Hatching does not mean survival. It means exposure, it means noise, movement, weakness, it means everything that predators are waiting for. The first crack appears at dawn, a fine fracture along the surface of the shell, almost invisible, but irreversible. Inside, a chick struggles. Its world, once safe and contained, is collapsing, and beyond that shell is chaos. The male leans forward, watching, still silent, because even now he cannot help. The shell splits. A small beak emerges, then a trembling body, wet, fragile, alive. One chick becomes two becomes three, then four. The nest is no longer silent. Soft calls, tiny movements, life, fully exposed. And with that, the real danger begins, because now, they must survive, not tomorrow, not later, but now, in a world where every second is a test and every mistake is fatal. This is only the beginning. The moment they hatch, the illusion of safety disappears. There is no time to recover, no time to grow slowly, because in the wetlands, new life is a signal that travels through water, through vibration, through instinct, and predators are already listening. The chicks don't look like survivors. They are impossibly small, their bodies covered in damp, striped down, their legs thin, unstable, trembling beneath them. But within minutes, they stand. Within moments, they move. This is not learned behavior. This is programmed survival. Because if they cannot walk, they die. The male watches closely. Every movement matters now. His role has changed. No longer just protector of eggs. He is now a moving shield, a guide, a decision maker. Stay close. That is the only rule. And yet, it is the hardest one to follow. The wetland is alive with motion. Lotus leaves shift constantly under their weight. Water ripples distort their balance. Every step is uncertain. Every surface unstable. One chick missteps. Its foot slips between two leaves for a fraction of a second. Its body tilts. Too far, it falls. The water closes instantly around it. No warning, no resistance. Just cold, depth, and silence. Above the surface, the world continues. But below, it is a different reality. The chick paddles instinctively. Tiny legs kicking, wings flaring uselessly against the water. It is not built for this. Not yet, and something else has noticed. A shadow moves beneath, smooth, controlled, closing the distance. The snakehead, it doesn't rush. It doesn't panic, because it doesn't need to. The chick struggles upward, breaking the surface with a desperate gasp. The male reacts instantly. A sharp call, high-pitched, urgent. The other chicks freeze, but the fallen one is exposed. The water bulges, a violent surge. The snakehead strikes. At the last possible second, the chick lunges forward, scrambling onto a nearby reef. The predator misses. Barely, water explodes around them. Ripples crash outward. The leaf trembles violently under the impact. The chick collapses, breathing rapidly, its entire body shaking. It survived, but not because it was strong, because it was lucky, and luck doesn't last long here. The male gathers them quickly. Short calls, precise movements. He keeps them moving, always moving, because staying still is an invitation. Above, another predator circles, a marsh harrier, wings wide, eyes scanning. It sees everything. Movement, contrast, weakness, and right now the chicks are all three. The male senses it. He lowers his body slightly. Wings half spread, a subtle signal. Disappear. The chicks respond instantly. They flatten against the leaves, their striped down blending into the chaotic pattern of light and shadow. From above, they vanish. The harrier circles once more, then again, but the signal is gone. It drifts away for now. But the wetland never offers relief. Only pauses. The sun rises higher. Heat builds, the water warms, and with it, activity increases. Insects swarm across the surface. Tiny movements, endless motion for the chicks. This is opportunity. They begin to forage, clumsy at first, pecking at nothing, missing more than they catch, but instinct sharpens quickly. One chick snaps at a small insect and succeeds. Energy, the first real fuel, but feeding requires focus, and focus creates vulnerability. A ripple, closer this time, faster. The snakehead has not left. It has been watching, learning, tracking patterns. The chicks scatter instinctively, but one, just slightly slower. The water erupts, a blur of motion. The chick disappears, gone. No sound, no struggle, no second chance. The surface settles, as if nothing happened. Three remain. The male stiffens, but he does not stop. He cannot stop, because grief does not exist here. Only survival. He moves them away, faster now, more deliberate. Every road is calculated, every step chosen. Toward thicker vegetation, toward complexity, toward cover. But cover is never absolute. A sudden wind tears across the wetland. The calm surface fractures again. Leaves collide, water splashes, balance disappears. The chicks struggle to stay upright. Tiny bodies thrown by forces they cannot control. One is pushed too far, it slides, falls back into the water. Again, but this time, the predator is already there. No warning, no buildup. The strike is instant. A violent snap, and the chick is gone. Two remain. The male reacts differently now. More aggressive, more urgent. He spreads his wings wide, hurting them forward, forcing movement, forcing distance. Because staying means death, but movement is also dangerous. Every second is a calculation, every direction, a risk. They reach a denser cluster of lotus stems. thicker, stronger, more stable. For the first time they pause. The chicks press close to the male. Their bodies still trembling, their breathing rapid, and for a moment, the wetland is quiet. But only for a moment. Because survival is not about winning, it is about lasting. And the next challenge is already coming. The sky darkens again, another storm stronger, heavier, more violent. Rain hammers the surface, turning the wetland into chaos once more. Visibility drops, sound distorts, everything blurs. The chicks panic, but the male does not. He crouches low, wings extended, and then, he does something extraordinary. He gathers them beneath him, not on the nest, not in safety, but here, in the open water. The chicks disappear beneath his body, hidden, protected. The storm rages on, waves crash against them, wind tears at his feathers, water surges over his back. But he holds, cause now, he is the nest, he is the only shelter they have. Minutes pass, or hours. Time loses meaning, until finally, the storm begins to fade, the rain slows, the wind weakens, and the world reforms. The male lifts slightly. Two small heads emerge alive, barely, but still here, and in this world. That is everything. Because survival is not measured in strength, not in dominance, but in persistence. In enduring the chaos, in outlasting the impossible. Two chicks remain, and the journey is far from over. The storm is gone, but nothing is the same. Where there were four, now only two remain. The wetland stretches endlessly around them. A shimmering world of beauty and loss. For the chicks, this is no longer a beginning. This is survival. They are different now, not stronger, not yet, but aware every ripple matters, every shadow means something. They move differently, slower, more deliberate, because they have learned that the water remembers everything. The male leads them forward, but something has changed in him too. He no longer shelters them constantly, no longer shields every movement, because he can not anymore. They must learn, or they will die. The sun rises again, burning through the remnants of the storm. Light scatters across the lotus fields. The water glows, and for the first time, the chicks step out ahead of him, small, uncertain, but moving on their own. This is the next stage. Independence begins with risk. One chick pauses at the edge of a leaf, below. The water is dark, unclear, alive. It hesitates, then it steps forward, its toes spread wide, distributing weight across the fragile surface. The leaf dips, but holds balance, not perfect, not stable, but enough. The second chick follows, two small bodies, walking on water, but walking is not mastery. Not yet. Because the wetland does not test you once, it tests you constantly. A sudden gust, the leaves shift violently. The first chick stumbles, but this time it doesn't fall. Its body reacts instinctively, wings flare, legs adjust, weight redistributes, it recovers, not luck, skill. The first real sign of survival. The male watches from behind, silent still, because this is the moment he has been preparing for, not to protect them, but to let them face the world. The days pass, the chicks grow, their movements become sharper, more precise. They begin to feed efficiently, tracking insects, timing their strikes, adapting to motion. But with growth comes exposure. They are larger now, more visible, easier to see, and the predators are still here. The marsh harrier returns, lower this time. Closer. It has learned to. It circles once, twice, then it dives, a sudden collapse of sky and air. The chicks scatter instantly, no hesitation, no confusion. They run across the floating world. The harrier locks onto